So I'm going to start this off bit more meaty than usual just to really get my point across. But I've realized that free speech seems to be dead or not around. I don't know if it ever was. I'm in my 20s, so maybe it never was around. But I just feel like nowadays you aren't allowed to say your opinion. You're not allowed to give alternative ideas because people get upset, people get hysterical. Like you see it day to day. Um, there's some things that are it's hard because it feels like everything nowadays is kind of up in the air. But let's just say something we all agree on, like 1 plus 1 equals 2, or certain scientific things. Obviously, there's always going to be someone that disagrees, but let's say they're fact. So if you're saying something that is truly fact, that's fine. But even in science, when people say, because they were talking about the COVID vaccine on the podcast I was just listening to, Dave Smith and Joe Rogan, episode 1639, and it got me thinking and made me want to make this. Um, I I just it's just amazing how they were saying about how the COVID vaccines were, you have to have them, and then suddenly they said, oh, we have to pull this one, and now this isn't about COVID or whether you should get a vaccine, etc. My point is that people should be allowed to question stuff. People should be allowed to say, is this not for you? People should be allowed to say, is this right? Have you proven this? Okay, well, you haven't proven this, so can I, not do it? And just nowadays, you're not even allowed to have different views to someone. It seems so extreme. It's like a leftist or right, and I'd like to think that there's just people in the extremes doing this, and then people feel like they have to abide to it. Um, Now, I guess I consider myself like a libertarian, or I don't really know what that fully means, but Dave Smith, Dave Smith was mentioning it, and you know, I do believe in freedom of speech, but like the left are going a bit insane. Like you're not allowed to use this word, or you're not allowed to say that. You have to say this. The whole fucking point of being free and doing what you want is to be able to call people what you want, or say what you want, or this, or say this is my opinion, or when you speak, people take it as fact. And people need to understand it's not fact, it's an opinion, and you're allowed to have it. And their reaction within themselves is their interpretation and their feelings and their anger and their issues. And if they're oppressed in their own life because you know they're not getting sex from their partner, or they're a loser, or their life isn't going the way they wanted it to do or to go, then that's their fucking problem. Then they need to fucking get over it, accept their life, or do something about it. Instead, people get upset because, oh, you're not in line with my beliefs, so you're wrong. It's just fucking bullshit. I don't know when this came about. I don't remember it being this fucking pathetic when I was younger. But yeah, I just think free speech is dying or dead, or it's pathetic. And yeah, say what the fuck you want. You know, I met people with really extreme views. I don't give a shit. Feel what you want. I'm not gonna associate or hang out with certain people who feel a certain way, but feel what you want. It's like when I could go on for examples, but well, like when we voted to leave the EU in the UK, who gives a fuck? People voted for it. That's how democracy works. You know, who gives a shit? If people vote for something, 51% vote for it, then it's passed. Who cares? People voted for it. They still count. Like people's votes count. So, people think they want freedom of speech, and a fair society, but they don't. They want one that is just in line with their views, their opinions, what they think, because they're right. And in my opinion, that's just closed mindedness. You're not open to new ideas, and you're probably stupid as well. Like IQ is linked to openness and creativity, and if you're not open-minded, then you can disagree with something, but at least listen to something, think about it. That's what I always do. Weigh it up. If you're not open to new ideas, you probably do have a lower IQ. A lot of people aren't gonna like hearing that, but they're literally angry to something I'm saying now. So if you're getting angry by that, you probably are stupid. Um, I sound like such a cunt, but it's true. It really is. But anyway, I just wanted to let that out, rant. Could probably question why I'm so angry. Sure, I got my own shit, but yeah, I just believe in freedom. You know, sure, I got my own shit, my own issues, and they probably make me more unhappy than I should be. But yeah, I just say what you want. Who the fuck cares, honestly?